everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. I recently had a question on how to make this pouch that I store some ephemera in, and I'm pretty sure I have a video on it. I could not find it, so I'm sure it's in there, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to just make a new one, and I have some scraps to use up, so I thought this would be a great way to do that. Plus, I'll probably do it a little differently so you can see some new tips and tricks. Sorry, I've got over 1,000 videos and sometimes I can't find my own stuff. But I do have a section called Junk Journal Constructions, Covers, Spines, and Signatures, and it's likely in there. Okay, so this one has micro beads, glitter, a lot of elements, some actual leaves, some stickers, some old newspaper, old music, old Gothic text, newspaper. I mean, whatever you have that's an interesting kind of paper to look at. It doesn't have to be old world paper. It can be anything. And then I decorated it up with some stickles and Nouveau drops and things like that, and actually put some metal tags on there as well. Okay, so let's make one of these. And I just pulled out a bunch of stuff, and I've got some random Gothic text here. Something from one of the books, a Harvard classic. More random text. I don't even know what this is, but it looked kind of cool, so I thought maybe we'd work that into it. And the big question is, what are we going to use as a base? I'm just going to back up a little bit. But first, I wanted to show you, okay, the ultimate quandary of the glue continuing saga. Okay, so as you know, many of us use Fabrifix, Beacon Fabrifix clear silicone glue because it's a great glue. Works fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. But this bottle is very thick, and this is kind of a big hole. And I think this lets a little air in every once in a while, and maybe the glue gets thicker as it dries. So we're always trying to figure out a way to perfect the gluing scenario of this. And many of us have switched to the Sugar Bells icing piping bottles. And now we've discovered, maybe I've just discovered, the little rubber caps that you can put on top. And because this one has a nice little metal tip, so does this one. It's in there somewhere. See it? But still, it can get clogged and go slowly. So, in my quest, it's not working bad now that I've added a little bit of acetone to each of them. I thinned my glue because I think my glue is old, and it just burbled out, which I can show you an example of right here, I think. Okay, so here's a brand new bottle, but we have this at the top. You see that? That means that glue came out, and there is a seal on the top that's never been opened, but the seal obviously lifted and the glue oozed out, probably due to temperature changes or something in the room. But either way, that means that there's air inside here, new air, and this I think is getting thicker than it would be normally. So I bought one of these bottles, and this bottle, I think it's a condiment dispenser, but the neat thing about it is it has a little twist top, so you don't have to chase a rubber stopper thing. You don't have to chase that. If you lose it, believe me, it's scary. If it goes down into the netherworlds underneath your desk, yeah, you might never see it again. But let me get a piece of paper. So you're not going to lose this. It keeps it airtight, which is great. Okay, so let's see how it glues. Now, the question I had was, is it going to be too thick or too thin? I'm trying to go a little closer if I can. Maybe I'm already on that one. Okay, so I'm just going to run a bead of glue. Okay. So I seem to be able to get a relatively thin, now there's a little glue glob there. I'm going to wipe that off. A relatively thin bead, which is not bad. That's kind of what I like to work with, a thin bead. And let's say we're just going to glue that down. And that, oops, you didn't see that. Well, that works pretty well. I mean, I was able to glue it with a relatively thin bead. It is not as small. Oops, see this, it oozes out. See what I mean? Yeah. So there is some air still. Oh, now the glue's coming out. I think you can pick this off. But, and probably the buildup of the glue may cause more air to come out. But either way, I find I'm still struggling with this. This hole is a lot smaller. Obviously, then let me open this one up. You know, the glue debate never ends. Okay, that's the difference the diameter of holes. This is teeny weeny, and that's really good because you only use the amount of glue you really need. It's a little fatter, but it's smaller than, let me see if it's truly smaller than, before I go saying that. Okay, so this is did I cut that? No, I don't think so. Okay, so this is the size on the Fabrifix bottle. And this is the size, okay. I don't know, is one bigger? They could be comparable, all right, now that I'm looking at it. Because this one is actually, no, this one opening might even be smaller. This one might be smaller. But the drawback of this one is that the cap does allow air in, and the bottle is super thick to squeeze. So if you have hands that get tired, this bottle is much softer. I can barely make a dent in this one. This one I can squeeze all day. Okay, so I'm going to close that up. Plus this one, you don't lose the lid. And I would say that the stream of glue that came out was okay. Like, it wasn't super thin, but it wasn't super thick. And that's all I have to report at this point. But I just want you to know the quest continues, and I will continually search and go boldly where others are afraid to go. But I will keep buying different glue things. And let me back up a little bit so that you can see and make your own best informed decision. But these were very inexpensive. I think I bought 3 bottles for about $8. And so I'm going to work with it for a while. I'm going to see if it really stays airtight, if the glue thickens, and if it doesn't volcano out, all that kind of stuff, or if air secretly gets in, or if there's any glue ooze. So that's in the experimental cooker. So now let's go to today's project. Okay, I'm going to use a file folder as a base, and that is actually what I used here. Okay, it was a red file folder, and I think what I'm going to do, let's see, yeah, it's about the same size, is I'm going to grab my bone folder because I think that's going to be really helpful. I'm going to do my best to put links to the items that I use down below in my description box too, so keep an eye out for those going forward. And maybe going backwards too. I'm going to try and start popping those in there so they're a little easier for you to find. And those are links to my Amazon shop items. You don't pay more for the items, but it does help my shop. It's an affiliate link, so thank you very much for your support. What I'm going to do is this has like 2 weird ends, but I think I'm going to fold them over about the same distance. I'll take my bone folder, do that, and I'm going to fold them in. Then this one in and the other one in. That way they should be about the same height. But I'll also make a thicker opening, which I think will be good for this project. So now I'm going to use my new glue bottle, since I'm all fancy pants with my new glue bottle, and I'm going to demonstrate how it works. Okay, there, I'm opening it. I have a hole, but I have not lost my cap, which is very exciting to this crafter. And you have to do a gentle squeeze, or else you're going to get too much glue. But the stream, I mean, you can control it with the amount of squeeze, so it's not bad. Really, it's not bad. All right. 1 down, 1 to go. And there's a million and one ways you can make these, but you can never have too many folders, pouches to hold items. For example, scraps, ephemera, embellishments, stickers, postage stamps. I mean, you name it, you could just put a million and one things in here. Okay, ta-da, that worked. Now, my cap is right here. I don't have to look for it. All I do is go like that. And maybe if I'm smart, I'll do that, just to take off the little glue glob at the top. Then roll it between the fingers and fling it off into the abyss somewhere. That's right. That's how we do it in craft world. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this open until I finish the entire project. So that's the base that I'm going to be working from. And I've got a big box of scraps here that I do need to use up. So I'm just going to be pulling from that. I've got like pieces of music paper and some old this. There's a lot of whatnot down here. There's a lot. I kid you not. Oh, there's my link thing. Oh, I threw it in the scrap box. Okay. You just never know where stuff's gonna go. Well, this is kind of cool. All right, maybe we'll put this down. All right, this is a book page of some sort. I'm gonna use that as a base here, and I think I'm gonna. This is gonna make it nice and thick. But when I go over it, at the end, I have to open this up. I remember that. With Modpodge, thickly, it's gonna make it even much thicker. Almost to, I dare say, the thickness of a leather. It does feel very thick and sturdy and strong, and it does not feel like it's going to tear from what I'm doing to it, like opening and closing it and adding more things, taking away more things. And I am not gentle with my toys. So my toys have to understand that they are going to have to deal with a little bit of roughhousing, a little roughery going on. There, I'm going to close that now like a good prepper, like a good crafter. Okay. Let's put this down. All right. And you can always build upon this. So it doesn't matter if you're like totally in love with this one particular design. You could keep adding to it or not, or however you like. This is a pretty page. Oh, that's kind of cool. Wolga Geffenbuck. All right. Put this over here. And I'm going to put it like this. Yeah. Now remember, I am going to go over it with the Mod Podge, so if I don't get every little tab or section of this, it's going to be okay. Still, it's going to be all right. All right. That fits very nicely. Okay, that's good. That's really good, actually. That was perfect. We have some of this. This is interesting. All right, we need more glue. So you can glue bigger pieces down first, and then you can layer over top, which is kind of fun. So if you want more ornamentals or more decorative, I'll just put it all here. I'll have to glue fast, though. You must remain focused. Move forward. Talk and glue, Pam. Talk and glue. Okay, wipe. Turn, wipe, there. Put paper down. Carry on. There we go. It's okay if it doesn't cover everything, because we can always go back. I like the Harvard Classics. That's kind of cool. And I like it a little lumpy bumpy. That's kind of nice. So I'm covering all the edges. Let me get rid of this. It's a little too lumpy bumpy. Yeah, there we go. It's getting out some of that. That was some glue from the binding. It's okay, though. It's all going to be covered and smooth when I'm done, or at least that's my theory. I do have a lot of papers in here. This is cool. When's this from? Dear Thiote. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a little card. Wish you a happy birthday. Well, that's kind of cool. That's very cool, actually. But dear Thiote, I think I might be stealing your thunder here. I might take the written part and use it because it's pretty calligraphy. What do they call that stuff? Cursive. Thank you. Oh, dear Thiote. Okay. That's kind of cool. And I can come and trim off the edges. Sunday night, N-I-T-E. That's cute. All right, let me see. I'll put this down. So far, so good with the glue bottle. No complaints. Maybe a smidge thicker than I'm used to, but it could just be, I'm just used to the thinner one, so there. But I might have to do less going back and forth because it's got the thicker glue. So let's just see about that. Okay, now I think I need a craft knife because I'm going to cut that. Okay, get a ruler, and then I'm going to flip this over and cut off what the excess so I can still use that. All right, that should be, whoopsies. There we go. Are you free? No, one more. Oops. Well, I think I went into the actual manila folder there. Don't tell anybody, but we'll cover it up. Yeah, if I cut into it. I don't, whoops. Be gentle with this paper. Paper is very fickle sometimes. There we go. All right, what else do we have? Oh, you don't belong there. How'd you get? Oh, goodness gracious. Get you over there. Be very careful that other papers. Wait, don't put that down. You've got glue there. What am I going to do? I'll do it on this side. we go. This is how we do it. All right, I think that's okay. There we are. Yeah, okay. I think I could put a little more here. That looks kind of cool. All right. We're going to cut this first then. Measure. And then decide where to. About there would be good. Oh, it's already stuck. Okay. I think I'm just going to use the old scissors. Might just be easier. Oh, retract, retract. Okay. Sometimes the old school is the best way. All right, there we go. And you should be able to go in there. Now you could come and do this with a glue stick as well. So as an alternative, if you don't want to go through a lot of Fabrifix glue, because it isn't cheap. And I would say if you have to invest money and you're going to decide where to put it into tools, like good quality tools and good glues. And then you can pretty much make most everything else. So there you go. Well, it looks like I glued that piece down already. All right, let me just trim you. I think I can see the fold. There we go. Not bad. I think I need a little more glue though. Wasn't quite enough. It's actually better if you put it on this piece, because then you know you get your corners. Oh, I've got some music paper. That would look nice in there. Yeah, maybe here. Okay, maybe right there. I'm just going to glue it on top of it. Yeah, that'd be fine. No, we don't want to cover that. We want to go just far enough about there. All right. Now, I think I'm going to use glue on this because it's a little, I think this was a note from somebody. Thank you. So I want you to know I'm putting your stuff to work. It's all becoming crafts. So don't feel like you're wasting anything, because there we go. It's all going to be turned into something at some point, someday. All right. Should we put maybe a little strip down here? That might look cute, just for some variety. Okay. I'll put you here. I can cut this off then. Back to this glue again, because this is a little stiffer piece of paper, so I'm wanting to give it a little more chutzpah. Yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we will trim you. Okay, that's good. That went well. And then I think I'm going to come in here with the ruler. Oh, I'm gluing right on top of the glue. I don't want to do that. Okay, there. Oops. And then come along. Now you could just make a bajillion of these and have them ready. You can make them as big masterboards like this, grand pieces of something that might be used in a different way, whether it's going to be cut up or turned into a pouch, whatever floats your boat. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Yeah, that's a nice little piece. Why don't we use it up? This time I'm going to use a glue stick just so you can see that you can do it both ways. And they will work. Just make sure it's not right on the spine. You want to make sure it folds to the right or the left of the spine. Yeah, that's good. And if you're going to sew around it, that's going to take it some of that little issue. And it's going to be just fine. Yes, just fine. Now there is a little bit of a buffy bump here. I don't know if I'm that excited about it. Let's see if I can shave some of it off. I mean, I do like the texture, but maybe like, there's a limit to how much texture I want. I think we have come over the amount of texture that is desired here. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, we'll just leave that as that. It's not too bumpy now. All right, where'd that piece go? Nope. Yeah, nope. put the rope. Okay, there's in. It was here just a second ago. Can't have gone far. Oh, here it is. Right where I left it. Yep. That's an excited crafter. Still stuck to the glue stick. That's the way it goes around here, everybody. You just never know whether you're coming or going. Okay, put that there. And actually you get a nicer cut if you put the metal side flush. It's almost like a little sandwich in there. You just like, it still wasn't that heavy. I think I have a dull blade. And in that case, my favorite way to do this is probably wear goggles or eyeglasses or hazmat suit or something when you do this. Pair it. Oops, that went lower than I thought. Okay, so I lost a blade. Okay, well, there you go, Pam. That's what happens. Yep. Because I am not mechanically inclined, but I did get down to a better blade. So I'm okay with that. I really have no choice. There was a little gizmo on here to break them off, but I've never had luck with the gizmo, so I've always done it this way, and I'd like to say it always goes well, but as you can see, not always. But when the camera's rolling, let's just wait, I'm just trimming this because I have a little overhang. Can't imagine how that happened. There we go. All right, so we're going to again retract that so we don't stab ourselves or have it drop off and nail a puppy. Okay, here we go. That doesn't belong on there. All right, so I have some areas here where I might want to stamp something. I think this needs, so this is going to be the way it is. All right, this is the upright orientation of this. I mean, this looks pretty the way it is. It really doesn't need a whole lot more just because of the prettiness of the font and the texture and everything, but we can add more, which is the fun part of it. So here, I think I'm just going to take some ink and put some stamps in there. Right. Here's a sheep. I don't know why I'm going to do a sheep, but I'm going to do a sheep. Okay. We have sheep. Okay, and going with the farm theme, what else have I got here? I thought I just saw something farmy. Oh, yeah, okay, this is farm light. Not super farmy, but it's in that zone. It's a goose. Okay, this is a peg stamp. I get mine from Nora's. I think it's called Nora's Peg Stamp or Nora's Stamps on Etsy, N-O-R-A. There we go. And I have no affiliation or kickback. I just like her stamp, so I thought I would share who I use. She's got some good designs. I'm sure you can find others out there. Oh, okay, let's do a mushroom. Just because, you know, nothing wrong with a good mushroom. Okay. I don't know if you know, but often there's a black mark on the stamp, and that means the bottom, so you can orient yourself. No, I don't want another mushroom this time. I'm going to do a bird. Here's a little birdie bird. Okay. Okay, there's my black mark. And into my Distress Ink Black Soot. Okay. Down. Ah, what a perfection. I think what I'm going to do is take I haven't used this in a while. That's the wrong one. A Aquarella Stabilo pencil. Here's one. In number 8046, Aquarellable Stabilo 8046. It's basically a water-soluble graphite pencil. These are circles. I could do this with a regular pencil too. Just kind of enhance. Now, Modpodge is a wet white glue, so it should flower a little bit with the Modpodge, meaning it will blur and look kind of cool, I hope. Or it'll go all over the place, but we don't know because I've never done it like this, so we're just going to find out. I'm going to put it in here. I'm not going to add any water at this point. But if you wanted to add water at this point, you could with a Q-tip or with your finger, and you just wet the Q-tip or the finger and then smudge it. And it dissolves almost like watercolor paint. All right, there we have done that. Now you have to increase the accents. Now, a fun and easy way to amp up your imagery is, let me go a little closer for you. Where are we here? There we go. These intersections. You see there's an intersection here, intersection here, intersection here. You can put elements there, and it can be anything. It can be anything from a rubber stamp. I think before I used You can come in with more paper, like here, for games for children. You know, you could put that on here. Like here's an intersection. Maybe you want to put something like in the intersection. You could put it along this line. That would look kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. But I'll show you some other things too. All right, this I am going to take the glue stick because this is a gentle piece of paper, easily crumbleable. It's an older piece of vintage newspaper. Whoops, see what I'm saying? But we're carrying on as if it never happened because we can glue it together. Okay, so I'm going to glue this end first. Yeah, there we go. Oops, there it came. Good job. Yep, and it doesn't have to go, even if you could pull it apart and make that part of the design. Okay, but I'm just going to glue it all back together. Yeah, as if it never happened. Yeah, you can sort of tell it happened, but that lends to the mystique, right? Yeah, there we go. That looks kind of cool. Okay, so that wasn't actually what I was trying to show you though. But let's take this card. What have I got in this card? This card is really cute. It's from 1948. It's got sayings, it's got pictures, it's got cursive writing on it. There's so many things we can use in here. I think I'm going to tear out this little, is there anything on the back? No. I'm going to tear out this little picture. That's kind of cute. We'll pay homage to the original card and try and use all of it up maybe in this little design. That's kind of a fun little project. Use up what you got. It's a great concept. Well, that looks kind of cool. It kind of pops there, doesn't it? Maybe I'm going to emphasize it in either black or brown. Two great emphasizing colors. I'm going to get my box of daubers. Should I use black or brown? Maybe I'm going to use black. Yeah, here we go. This is a rubber, like a sponge, a dauber sponge glued to a spool that's been finished. I got that idea from Jessica Rapp. It was a great idea, Jessica. Thank you. Check out her channel. She's got an amazing channel. She's very inspirational. Okay. There we go. We have that. Now we could put it over here. Put it here. Now watch out for those intersections because you could put it here. See what I'm saying? Like I'm layering up on the intersections of where stuff is. You could put it here. Although I don't want to cover the word children. Maybe I'll build it there. If I go a little angled. Yeah, that looks kind of pretty. I'm not on a spine fold, so I'm okay. And I can also look at the other side to see if there's a better place that it might like here. Or maybe here. Possibly something like that. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. I don't know why. It just says put me here. Okay. And I'm just going to, this is basic tacking down because again, it's going to be covered in Mod Podge. There. Just trying to find one little flat end of it. And it's going to go there. All right. So let's see what else we can have from this card. This card is yielding, oh, this pretty picture. Look at that. Well, we're going to have to do something with that. That's really pretty. Very pretty. And it might have to go right here, possibly. Oh, I love all this writing, though. Oh, it's so hard sometimes to decide. Well, we've got a room here. It doesn't have to have the happy birthday. You can tear that off. I do like this gazebo. Might be too big, though. Let's just see what we got now. I need to do more of that. And get rid of all these straight edges. That'll make my design a little bit smaller, a little more workable. Get rid of a little bit of the bottom of it. Oh, let's see if we're fitting in here now. I could lay over onto that, and just onto that little area. That looks kind of cool. I do like that. That's kind of pretty. Maybe I'll leave it the white against the dark. That looks nice. I could even slide it down here and do that. Or up here more. No, I'm thinking the up here more. So we're touching here, here, and here, bringing cohesiveness. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, here's this guy. Opening. Gluing. It does move the glue faster because the opening is a little bit bigger. So I will say that. That can be a benefit. Whoops. Stay within your design, Pam. Don't run off the design. Okay. Closing. The fingers do get a little gluey. They do, but that's a, day in my life. Look, I just flipped it over and around my shoulder. Okay, what did I say? The top there and there. Okay. Here. Yep. There we go. Now we have that. And you can keep building and building, and I'm just having fun here, so there you go. So what is left of this card? We have some words. Oh, we have these old tape pieces. Those are really cool. I don't know. I really like those. I think those are awesome. May or may not use those today, but if I did, they would look really cool on here. This is very cool stuff, yeah. Okay, let's see. Maybe you might look cute up there. Or just maybe up there. That looks kind of cool. Maybe on this side, though. Let's not forget we have another side. I feel like I need something more in there. Do I have anything left? I have words. Words could work. All right, let's see what we have. All right, what does this say? Whatever you want for your birthday, whatever will make you feel glad. And then there's, somebody wrote September 8th, 1948. I'm just going to tear that off separately because I want to put that somewhere special at the end. Yeah, like don't lose it, Pam. Don't lose it. Okay, now this one I think I am, because there's a lot of whites going together, I'm going to emphasize this one up a little bit with the Magic Black Sponge Spool Dauber. Makes a great little dauber. It really does. So don't lose your old... These also make great feet for boxes, and you can make little jewelry boxes or specialty gift boxes, things like that. So you get a regular box, glue a bunch of these, like 4 feet, and then spools, I'm talking, not the spongy thing. And then spray paint the whole thing, and you've got a really cool gift box. Spray paint the inside of the box too, that's a good idea. Or put some material down on the inside of the box, just like a little cushion. That would be really cool. That's where you could place your journal. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, we should do that. I feel like I want to do something like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the glue stick this time. This little thicker paper. It should handle what I'm doing here. Probably shouldn't glue stick right on your project, but you know, it's the way it goes around here. And I'm going for the intersection because I think it'll look cool. All right, there we go. Very cool. Very cool. All right. And keep going with this theme. Where is that? That looks really cool. Where am I going to put that? This date. Now that might have to come. Oh, that, yes. I think I'm finding the spot. I think I'm going to put it under here, possibly. Yeah, I think that would look kind of cool. I will just ink it up a tad, not much, just a tad. A little goes a long way with ink. All right, and I'm going to glue it with this. All right, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give a few minutes to redesign the location. I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. A few more little things. I'm not done. Let's use all this up. I feel better if I use it all up. And that's just what your wish, to make this one the best birthday you've ever had. All right, you gotta go in here somewhere. And you can separate these words. You don't have to necessarily use them all together. If you don't want to make it a birthday themey thing, just cut, tear out the words birthday themey stuff. But this happy birthday of Harold and Arlene. That's sweet. Did they ever think, they're probably dead, but did they ever think their stuff would be used in a junk journal project? Okay, I'm gonna put something like that. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. All right, we're gonna black ink it. I don't really need to, but I think it'll give it just that extra hair of a pop, poppity doo dah. All right, and maybe something like that. It fits, so I'm gonna do it. And this one I'm gonna glue like this with the thumb technique on the big chubby glue stick. Very famous in certain corners of the world. All right, that's right. On an angle. That way, number one, it'll fit. Number two, gives the eye something interesting to look at. Oh, where's that lovely pencil? I think we want to do some line separation here. Maybe I will come along with the Q-tip. I just might, although I don't know what's going to happen with the when I put water on it, so I might just wait and see. We shall see, we shall see. Okay, it's supposed to be just interesting, something to look at. That looks kind of cool. All right. Okay, I'm doing the same here because I can't stop myself because I get all excited about doing it. There we go. And just defining the quadrants and the sections. And you could actually come along and do this around the edges, darken them up a little bit. And if you glued really well, you don't really need to, you could just staple these corners and you'd have a nice pouch. But I think I will sew it just so you can see what that looks like. But I may have to do that another day because I need to Mod Podge it first, and that's got to dry. And I do put a lot of Mod Podge on these projects. You know, they say you're supposed to do thin coats, and I went to town and did thick coats just to see what would happen. And if you give it long enough, it'll dry. Yeah, it'll dry. It almost gives you a leathery kind of interesting texture when you let it dry. All right, I think that about covers all the edges. Let me have that. Looks kind of cool. I think I want maybe a little bit more decor on this side. I need a little something. Did I use all the usable parts? Yeah, I think I did pretty well on that card. I got the most out of it I could, but we can always turn that into scraps and clusters and things like that. So those little parts will not go unused. Let me take a look over here. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if this big leaf will fit. We can try it. Maybe I'll get rid of his stem. Yeah, maybe I'll leave his stem. I think the best way to adhere him, he has darker side here. He's going to be a little crunchy. Okay, who are we kidding? But we can seal him like we did these. They are in there and nothing pops up. That's just, oh, goodness. Okay, here we go. This is attempting to glue a crunchy leaf onto a paper project. Resurrecting the old leaf. You thought you were done for, you were going to become detritus, but no, you have dreams and wishes, and you're going to become something else. Okay, there, just moosh it down, not too hard because it'll crumple. And then I'm going for broke on this one. Here's a leaf skeleton. It's really pretty, very delicate. I think I'm gonna try and put it over here maybe. I think I'm gonna put the, maybe glue, maybe. Ooh, it's getting glued to me. I have to be careful. Don't worry, I have 100 more. Okay, it's okay. I'm just gonna put it down here to keep it in its location. Get it off my finger. I got half of it. Okay. There we go. There, now you can see it. Looks kind of cool, huh? All right. Oh, don't be coming up on me. You gotta stay down. You might crackle. That's okay, though. We're gonna be over that. Let's see. What do we got? Got some words here. Graduate things I love about you. Oh, that's nice. How about that? This is just a, one of these sticker things. And you can just put them anywhere, really. Random quotey things. Kind of cool. A trip to remember. Maybe home. It's really hard to over decorate these things. You just sort of keep going. You know what I mean? Just keep going. It's all right. It's all good. Add a little of this. It's okay if they go over something. There's no rules. It's all right. It's all good. I think I used enough of that. All right, let me see what else I have, and I'm going to grab the Mod Podge now. Okay, I've got some random things here, and I've got an old key. I think it's a faux old key. I've got a little nubbly thing here. It's a little bling thing. I'm just going to put it there. That's going to get covered too. You stay down. And this was gifted to me, so I'm very happy to use it. I'm going to take this one ring off, and I'll save that in my jump rings. But now this is nice and flat. It's like a directional thingy, weather vane thingy. And let's see, maybe it's going to go nicely on this side. Yeah, maybe this side needs the key and the directional thingy. Let's see. That looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool right there. Maybe there. Okay, we're going to put some decent amount of glue there to hold that. Alright. I'm just going to glue that on there like that. And there, now you are part of a project. That's how fast it can happen. Oh, I still have happy birthday, Harold and Arlene. That's got to go on here. I have to immortalize them. Okay, there we go. And more of the black edging. And you can like honor the stuff underneath, or you can just bury it. It's totally okay to do that. Don't feel like you can't. It's all right. Maybe this. Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So that's on that angle. Maybe I want to put this straight. That angle. Okay, whatever it is, I like it. It's gonna go on there. Okay. There we go. And there. Boop. Okay. Not upside down. There. There. Harold and Arlene. And I had this cool thing somebody gave me. I thought it was kind of neat. It's some kind of metal stuff. Oh, I guess I could put got that there. So maybe I won't use that this time. Nope, not this time. That's okay. But we will use the key. That's kind of cool. Let's see where the key can go. I'll balance it over here somewhere. There's not a bad place for it. I like that. Yep, okay. Key's getting glued down. All right, well, it's a little longer video today, but sometimes we craft a little longer. All right, here we go. Out of the way, and you're down. And then you'll dry. And then we will put a little glue there because that's peeling up. This is still openable. Yep, there we go. Okay, now it's coming time for the podge of the Modge. This is where all the excitement happens. Don't forget to close your little glue stopper thingy. I will put a link to this down below, and I'll try and put a link in the video if I remember. Okay, that's the hardest thing for Pam to do. But I'll do my best. Okay, and the desk is messy. Oh well. Okay, let me find my Modpodge. It should be right here. Here it is. And I just put it in a Tupperware container. Probably be a good idea. Do I have an under thing? Yeah, if you have an under thing, it doesn't matter what it is. Something. Oop, you came off. Where were you? Up here? I think so. Sometimes these stickers don't have enough stick on them, but it's going to get stuck down. Okay, I think I want to put a little bit of bling on there. Just a little bit. You know me. I know. Here I come. I'm back. All right, so I've got Nuvo Drops in. What is that? Simple White. I think this is Copper Penny. Copper Penny and Ebony Black. Okay, so I'm just going to accent this up a little bit. Let me see if that's a good position for you, first of all. I'm not going to put huge dots because I think that they take too long to dry. So I'll just put little mini dots. Just little down up. These are very shallow. They're flat. They're kind of flatty dots, not big dollopy dots. So they'll dry quick, and hopefully, and you can, if you don't have one of those fancy aquarellable Stabilo pencils, you can also delineate the sections with the dots. It's another little tip. Okay. Okay, that's good. And you can decorate around things that are on the designs. Go around this pretty little compassy weather vane thing. There we go. Okay, what else? Maybe I want to bring in a little bit. Okay, let's do a little bit of this down here. That kind of gets mixed in with the notes. We won't do too many of that there, but maybe down here. Across this little line. Yes, oh yeah, that's happy. He has a lot to Twitter about, apparently. There's much to be said. Down you go. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the... What do I come in with? I'm going to come in with the copper. I'm trying to get this back on. Okay, it's going. Is it? Yeah, okay. This stuff does last forever, though. It's a big bottle. These big bottles, they're great. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going for contrast. So try littler dots, Pam, littler dots. So around this wording, oh, okay, I got some black dots on my arm. That happens because I'm a happily, admittedly messy crafter. And you can even do more, like you can advance your design beyond what you did before because it's allowed, because it's yours. Yeah, and you can do that. You could actually fill in this whole thing with dots if you wanted. Yeah. I'm going to go around this because it's contrasting against the black. Just making it kind of cute, giving it some pizzazz. Could do that with this too. This is a really cool piece. This one in the center. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. And this is very beginner friendly technique here. Anybody can do this. I'll do dot, dot, dot. There. And over here, because we have a lot of similar colors. No, not the color. We're going to come in with maybe white on this brown. So, why don't you stay down? Nope, doesn't want to stay down. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to fight with you. Just going to emphasize this little guy. Just lightly. Nothing too fancy. Nothing very bold. Just give him shorty little flatty dots to give him a little something around here. Maybe inside here. Okay. Here. Okay. Here. There we go, across the top. Yeah, there she's going. All right. Okay, then we got to complete the mission down here. Put more. These are ideally looking like little rivets or maybe just little dots. It's all good. Now you can come in with some, I did copper already, didn't I? I didn't do copper over here though. Let me do a little copper over here. You can follow something in a design like this arc. You could put like dots in this arc. Down here. Doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason for where you put them, but you can put them anywhere you like. Put some extra ones down here. Maybe some line ones down here. Oh, maybe a few more. All right, you think that's dry yet? I don't. But we're probably going to put the Mod Podge on anyway because I don't like to wait. All right, let me do it. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right. And you can do more and more and more, and there's no right or wrong to this. You just keep going. All right, let's see what the state of affairs that the Mod Podge is in. I put it in this Tupperware glass bowl thing. Somebody asked me if it was my lunch once. Nope, don't eat your Mod Podge. Okay, what do we got? It's nice to get a nice flat brush. This brush I've been using for years. Feels a little, I didn't rinse it out very well last time. It's a little stiff. But it might be good for smooshing the Mod Podge. Let's see if I can soften it up a little bit. Yeah, I did rinse it out. I guess I didn't rinse it out good enough. I might have to get a new brush one day. Okay, a good painter's brush would work well here too. So okay, and you can put. Oh, with the other one, I did put. Maybe if I can find them. Yep, there they are. And the glitter of all glitters. Oh yeah. Okay, so this will be a mess, but it'll be fun. What the heck, right? Okay, so I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I'm just gonna do it. This is gonna be such a mess. It would be ideal if you had something bigger than what I have under this, because you're gonna be wiping up Mod Podge left and right. Because that's how it's going down. Okay. Do I have something bigger? I should have something bigger here. What's that? All right. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna put this. I have a cracker box. I'm just gonna put under this end of it. So I do have somewhat coverage. I need a little bit more coverage. Not for you. One more thing. I need one more thing. How about an ugly piece of scrapbook paper I don't care about? Okay. You'll do. Okay. Okay. There. Much better covered now. Okay, so, well, I think it's going to be a mess. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer some Mod Podge to here, and then I'm going to mix some glitter into the Mod Podge and put that down as my first layer. I think that's the easiest way to do it. All right, here we go. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, that's probably a little more than I planned. That's okay. Here we go. Get her all in there. And now we've got glitter glue, everybody. Yes, yes, thank you very much. That was very difficult. Okay, and you can add more Mod Podge to like less, but we'll just try with this. And be careful when you're going over something like a leaf. Maybe just press it down first so it tacks it down all nice. Are these dry yet? I don't know. All right, let's just get our first layer on, see how it goes. We might have to sacrifice that little thing, the twig end. I just could see it's going to cause a problem. All right, so sometimes sacrificing is necessary. We go over the bigger, bumpier things. All right. All right. So far, so good. Oh, a little smudging, not bad though. It's all right. I don't mind a little smudging. You get a little smudgeroony, it's okay. You could wait till these perfectly dry, which would make way more sense, but we're just not doing that, and we're going to do it anyway. All right, there we go. So I need another one of these anyway. Who are we kidding? Everybody needs more of these. And over this. All right. It's lumpy, it's bumpy. And this is the first layer. We're going to have to put another layer on this for sure, because I want it to be super thick. And I would go super thick right from the get-go, except I'm doing the initial glitter layer. All right, there we go. We are pretty much covered on that first one. First round of that. I think I need more glitter glue. All right, we're just going to have to do this. Okay, that's probably going to pollute that Mod Podge a little bit, but you know, what's wrong with a little glitter and stuff? You know, we all need a little more bling in life. Plus, if we can use up our glitter, won't it be a great day? Because I got a ton of glitter, boy. I tend to use the gold a lot. This is a nice little bling color. There we go. All right, these are pretty much dry, so we're good. Don't know. Let's see if that is causing those to bloom. Oop, look at this. Totally went to left field. Here we are. Okay, you need to understand where home is. Okay, this is your trip to remember. It's to remember where to stay. Don't live down on here. Now you're cockeyed. Okay, come here. All right. It's all right. All right, get down there. All right, very wet, very glittery. Oh, I'm going to be a glittered little mouse when this is all over. You can be too. Just get your glitter out and play with it. Some people have different feelings about glitter. I like it every once in a while. It's fun to bling everything up. What the heck, right? Let's just use all this up. Yeah, that's good. Now somebody's got to remember to go and rinse her brush out. We're not done with the brush though. We're going to be putting more Mod Podge on. Super thick, thick, thick. And remember, go back against the grain so that it gets in under those little areas. And I did this one. This one has much more Mod Podge on it than the other one. So I'm going to go back over there. And now we're going to come around. I'm going to try and get as much of this excess as possible. All right, and then, but we're going to come back with, oops, be very gentle with the leaf. Gentle, gentle. All right, we need to come in here with the big guns, just slop it on. So when you have a big lumpy thing like that, you just got to really get in there and coat the bejeebers out of it. Yep, that's what you do. And I don't know how much is too much. I have never reached too much because it all dries. If you leave it alone, so you got to be careful with that because it's coming apart. But like don't be like, just dab, dab, dab across the gentle parts. All right, this is good. This is good. All right, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty soppy wet. This has got a nice layer on it. All right, we're coming one more, just to be sure. And then I'm going to remove it from the stuff I laid it upon, my back dropping, and so it doesn't stick to it, which it could definitely do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Now I don't know if you did. Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. I'm rinsing this. Okay, I have rinsed this and I've rinsed this, so I am now in the world of the proper crafting. Oops, get your brush out of your work. Okay. And I thought you'd maybe make little designs with the Modpodge, but then I would be dirtying my brush, and we're not going to do that again. Nope, we just dropped it into our design. Okay, that's all right. So what you can do is just lift it off the back, drop things on it, of course. Okay, and then you can hold it for an hour, or you come along and you can put it on top of something so that it's not actually touching anything, like this oatmeal box and the Modpodge. So then we are going to leave it like that and walk away. And where is Sunny? Hey, I've got a gluey experience for you, my love. Hold on, let me find him. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Is she really going to hover me over the gluey mess? Apparently, yes. Okay, so there it is. Lots of glue and sunshine. Okay, so it's a little smelly. We're not going to stay long. But, yes. So, yep, there it is. And here I am. And I still don't have a drop of glue on me. And it's pretty impressive. Mom, don't drop me. Don't drop me. Okay, please. I'm just asking nicely. Asking nicely. Okay, Mom's going to take me out of the fumes now and continue to inhale the fumes all by herself. Love you all. Happy crafting. Whee! Okay. All right. Yeah, it just seems a little strong, so I don't want him inhaling that. I'll take the hit. Anyway, so if you don't know, I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. And if you sign up for that, the link is down below in the description box. If you want a link to all of my links, which this is really kind of cool, I think I'm going to convert all my links to just this one link down below. And you just type in this part between the two thumbs, and it'll open up a page with hyperlinks to all my links, and they're clearly delineated what they are. Very easy to operate. I think that's the easiest thing. So the newsletter's on there. If you sign up for a free monthly emailed newsletter, you will also get access to a freebie section. Every month there's a new freebie offered to you. All the freebies are at the bottom. You also get a checklist of supplies for junk journaling, which is 7 or 8 pages long, a list of page ideas on how to break a blank page, as well as a note from the bookmaker, which explains a little about this journal. You can print it out. You can change the font. You can change the text, or use it as is with my blessings to tuck possibly into your junk journal or into the card to explain what on earth the person just received, because they may not know what a junk journal is. I know. We're doing our darndest to get the word out there. My videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And my podcast's new audio material comes out on Tuesdays. And you're also going to see a bunch of video podcasts uploaded almost daily there to Spotify. But you can listen to the audio podcasts on any podcast platform, most of the ones that are out there. I have an Etsy shop where you're going to find journals and bundles and kits and FUNDLEs. When available, FUNDLEs are collections of old and interesting papers, such as antique ledger, checks, receipts, postcards, black and white photos, music papers, dictionary pages, interesting and unique antique and vintage book pages, and so many things. Very cool for junk journal making. And you get 100 plus pieces, and it's free priority mail shipping is included with that. Now, I also sell Digikits, which are printable, downloadable images from the internet you can print out at home. You buy the computer files from me, and there's 5 unique pages to each one. They're all themed: birds, Victorian, dragonflies, butterflies, over 300 themes now, and you can. They're always saved in your Etsy account. I recommend you use your Etsy account and not Guest to check out, because it's going to be so much easier for you to find your files after. And if you lose them wherever you put them on your computer, you can just go back into your Etsy account and re-download them anytime you want. They're yours forever. And also, people ask me often if I'm making a junk journal to sell, can I use the Digikits in the junk journal, like the pictures, to turn into journal cards, pockets, and tucks? And the answer is yes. That's what I designed them for. So you would have easy access to themed images if you want to make and possibly potentially sell your junk journals. So I also have a print and mail service for those who would like to purchase the Digikits, but you don't have a printer or you just don't plumb like to print. I will print out 10 Digikits for you. That means you get 50 printed pages on nice lightweight cardstock. And all I need for you is to buy the print and mail option and then send me the list of the 10 Digikit names that you want. I only need the first 2 or 3 words of each Digikit to know which ones you're talking about, but just give me enough so I know what it is. I have a lot that start with bird or birds or flower, flowers, that type of thing. So give me the extra 2 or 3 words so I know which one. And then, so buy the print and mail option, send me your list of 10 Digikit names, and then I will mail those out to you. Those also come with free priority mail shipping. I have an Amazon shop if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies. I do my best to put the links in there for you so you can find these items. And I have a merchandise shop if you like the phrase create with reckless abandon or everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise. You can get that on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a zipped hoodie, a mug, a tote, or a water bottle. And you can find me on social media such as Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. We also have a Facebook group page where I put up different weekly and monthly challenges, and also it's a great place for us to see the ideas you get for making things from these videos. And most of all, remember that fun can be simple, and create with reckless abandon, everybody. Can't wait to see how this project comes out. I'll show it to you in the next video, and we will go from there. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.